Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ken, and today we're going to be talking about storytelling. So some of you may have heard this quote where they say facts tell and stories sells. So why does story sells? Because story invokes emotion. People are more invested to you when you talk about stories, whereas facts, figures, statistics are more appealing towards analytical mind. And when people make decision to buy, most of the time it's because of emotional reasons instead of logical reasons. So people buy with emotions and justify with reasons. And if you were to cater to the analytic or the reasoning side of it, you're actually at the end of the purchase cycle, and already end of a purchase cycle, people already buy. So you have to cater more towards emotions, because if you remember the last time you purchased uh, something, most of the time it is out of whim. You see there's a discount, you just buy, and it may look nice, it is, and then after that, after you buy, then only you start justifying, oh, I need this because of this. Oh, it's cheap, that's why I buy this. But the matter of fact, when you make the final the decision to bring out card, most of the time is because of emotion. You think that you need it, and that's why you get it. It's not, you're not able to justify with anything, you only justify after that. And it does not mean story as in selling as in just a monetary transaction. It is also selling your ideas, selling your dreams. For example, if you are doing a pitching in how to say, when you're pitching to a new investors, you may have some results, but end of the day, what you're selling is yourself, and you're selling the dream and the vision of the company, so that the investors pay you. All those figures are just to back up on your vision and mission. For example, that's why when you go to a pitch deck of those asking for investments and things like that, I may go through this one day, and then they will always start with problem statement and things like that. Most of them is all story based at the start, because when you talk about story, you hook into people's mind, you get into people get invested in you. Instead of just showing dry figures, and most people, stories are able to relate to more people compared to figures, because not everyone like to look at figures. Not everyone understands the figures, but everyone understands stories. Okay, 90% of it at least, 99% of it at least, because I cannot say everyone, but yeah. And that's the reason why it is important for you to grab the hook, grab the attention of people in the first 15 seconds you're in. And that is the reason why the pitch or anything you're selling is put it in that way. Even if the company don't make sense, the company don't make sense, don't make money, you have an idea, have a plan. People say that planning, figures, all are important, but at the end of the day, if you're able to capture their attention in the start, people are only interested in your story, in your figures, after they are attracted to your story. And most of the time when people decide to invest, if you watch Shark Tank, the figures may be impressive. A lot of time they buy into the idea, and also that they buy into the story and how you feel this pain and how you started this business. People know, they know that figures and everything else comes to that person because he's passionate in doing what is he doing. And when he's passionate, he has a lot of story to tell. He or she has a lot of story to tell. He or she may have been through a lot, and all these stories will reinforce the personality of that person. And that's why people will start investing in them. and and when people like your character, people like whatever you're doing, most of the time people buy your character. They don't buy, they buy your results. Definitely results is important. However, the biggest portion is the character. Here's for example, like my side, I've imagine if people only buy results, then that means people that start up would never be able to do something or try something. Just like when you go for job interview, definitely you're fresh in the job. Because if you're a fresh graduate, why must they hire you? They hire you because they like you, because of the story you bring, because the thing that they feel that you can give value. They buy into your personality. They maybe be judging you on good grades, good analytical mind, but actually it's more like during the interview, they just like who you are. They just feel comfortable working with you, and that is why they wanted to hire you. And the same goes to business as well. When you talk to each other, they like you, even though you are fresh, they will be able to work with you to test you out. So all this again tie back to story. The story does not have to be like fantasy or something very epic or things like that. It can be just a very simple story, like how you get started, how I get started in digital marketing, or what gets you started in this business, is that I found there's a gap in the industry, and I've seen many of my friends or startup fail because of not having proper digital marketing strategy, and myself my business also failed because of that. However, after that I've been attending lots of courses, and that is why I'm able to now become a consultant to advise certain people, and at the same time I'm also managed to get results for myself and for others as well. You see, the start of the story is, it does not have to be like a very well crafted story with your trials and things like that. Proper positive, yeah, it's just to be a story to people mind, to let people know you as you. I have people saying that what happens if you work in a corporate settings like banks, where all they want to see is numbers, 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 and numbers. Every number is a story. There's a reason why why the revenue is bad, or the revenue is good, and why it is not doing what it's supposed to do. And I think that a lot of people culture thinks that talking numbers is just fine, as you have no time. Yes, I deal with banks before in one of my startup, and they are really on time, which I really respect. Within 1 hour, and they'll get it done within 1 hour, and they'll just leave and just go on their things, which I really love actually. And that is why timing is very important. You must not go over time in the things that you do, and because of that, it made you feel like there's a very tight constraint for you to put in stories into whatever they're presenting. However, people that actually tend to sell better, I'm not saying about corporate setting, because corporate setting are just people that climbing the ladder. But at the same time, you're selling something. You're always selling yourself. You're always selling for selling your product. And when you're working, the product is yourself. Even if you don't sell during presentation, you're supposed to create the context before the presentation, and maybe talk personally, because when you sell as well, people talk stories. You don't just come and in your face like, I want to buy this is all the finished benefit, you have to buy this, buy this, buy this, buy this. It just don't work that way. And even if they buy, they are most probably analytical mind, and they are not everybody. Stories will get people on board, on your character, on you yourself, and you're able to make longer sustainable business, because they come in because they believe in you, not believe in your figures, which could be made up. And yeah, that's the reason why stories are important. So how do you incorporate stories? Well, just um, I mean, in Toastmasters, when you prepare a competition, they have they advise for you to write down your stories. I don't do that, not yet, but you can have a bank of stories to say, or learn to find stories in numbers. Learn to find stories in the things that you do. Learn to ask the question why, what and why this happened, and uncover the truth behind it. And at the same time, put in a bit of your personality into that scenario. For example, you can just say I discover something, and I find that it is very worrisome. However, I believe there's something we can salvage it. And although this company has been doing this, I believe that we're still able to do something to help it, and this is my suggestion. I know it still sounds like a pitch, it's not really a story based, but compared to you saying that, hi, this company is not doing good because it shows 20% down year to year, and then the EBITDA is doing worse, and the ROI to the return on investment is currently less than 5%. Yeah, you telling me stock figures and things like that. But imagine me telling you the first story. I know the condition is bad. I don't have to tell numbers. Bad is bad. You want to see how bad? You can see my report. I'm talking to you, I'm selling you the idea that I have something to fix it. It's me selling you the idea. I'm not just telling you figures. I'm selling you idea and things that can be done. And I think if um, for bank statement, I state that for corporate, for banking, I have not much say in it because I'm not working on it. But in other industries, if you want to stand out in the work that you do, you definitely have to learn to craft your message, your story better when you deal with management, and instead of just blindly telling facts that they can just read. The what's important are not the facts are important, of course, to back up, but what's important is what you do with the facts. And once you do with the facts, there's a story on it, and there's how to deal with it, and how you find it and things like that. So you find the story within the facts, and your boss or whoever is supervisor or your customer will love you more, because they are able to connect with you better, because end of the day it's all about human to human connection, and we need to capture the human connection by storytelling. Yep. So that's the reason why storytelling is important. So I hope, yeah, it's a long-winded, a bit long-winded video, but I hope based on this, some examples that I give, you may find ways to present your data better, and instead of just showing figures, learn to tell a story, learn to tell how you do it, why you do it, what is happening based on the figures, and use that figures to support your claim, support your story, instead of using your story to support your your figures. So I hope you like what I shared, and if you have anything you want to comment, any recommendation, anything you want to discuss, you can just feel free to comment at my comment section below. I'm glad to reply all of them, and do subscribe to my channel so that you can see more of the content like this. So I see you in my next video. Bye bye.